I was able to get one for my Hawaii roofer. It's about 40,000 square feet. It was actually an off-island location. They were looking at some active repairs on a leak around their HVAC system, as well as some more damage flashing across their roof. It should be a pretty big one. They were talking about material already being up there for us to start whenever we get out there, so it should be a pretty good one and close pretty fast.
Just scheduled a whale, we like to call it. Been following up with this IT CIO for a couple months now. He mentioned he was going to be retiring at the end of the year, put me in point of contact with the new technology platform leader. It's a parent company of a total of 5 different companies, total of 3,300 employees operating in 5 states. Massive organization. Kind of looking for some support on the roadmap for 2026 initiatives, and based on my client's repertoire and portfolio, I think it's going to be a great fit for him. So really excited. Taking place on February 4th. Should be a great meeting.
I got 2 today, both from my client in Baltimore. The first one's a property management company. Spoke with the senior property manager out there. Said they use another roofing company in town, one of our rivals. We're looking to honestly take over their business, so I'm super excited about the appointment. They have a couple issues they want quotes for. I want to talk about evaluations, so got that set for next Friday. Second one, a 20,000 square foot building, TPO roofing material. Looking for an evaluation. We do ours a little differently. We kind of get in depth with them, show them the life of their roof. So we're going to go out there the Tuesday after the next, which I believe is the 4th, and give them a quote. So should be a pretty good one.
Just got one for one of my IT clients. It was with an administrator over at a assisted living facility. They have a couple different locations. Been following up with her for the last few months. Finally found a time for us to meet. Like I said, they have a couple different locations. Anywhere from 15 to 30 different users. So kind of looking for a comparison, seeing what we can offer, and hopefully it sounds good enough for us to be able to help them out at some point. So it should be a pretty good one.
I got 3 appointments today. The first one was for my roofer in Kansas City. It's with an apartment complex. They have all sorts of leaks, 13 buildings, over 100,000 square feet total. So I'm excited for that opportunity. The next one was for my roofer in Tulsa, and it was with a manufacturer. They have an old roof, leaks, we need a quote. They're ready to replace it. And then my last one was for my St. Louis roofer, another manufacturer. It was about 150,000 square feet, and they need to be resealed. So we're going to go out and quote that, and they also want an option for a re-roof as well.
I got an appointment today for my roofer in Austin, Texas. It's with the facility director out at the university out there. It's about a 25,000 square foot building. They need a couple quotes for some maintenance on the building, so we're going to go out there next week and take a look at it.
Been on partner meetings most morning. The squad's getting it done. Maddie got us rolling with an Ohio appointment. Sounded like a banger. Maddie, do share.
I got one in Ohio. It's with a pretty large manufacturer. They're close to 1 million square feet. He's been pushing me off for quite some time. They've always been under contract for maintenance. So he gave us an opportunity to get our foot in the door, pitch on our contract for maintenance, and get a better idea about any upcoming projects.
I got one with the property manager at an apartment complex. They oversee like 6 of them right in that little area. So we're going to meet with them next week and see what we can do for them.
I had 2 yesterday afternoon, one for my roofer in Austin with the assisted living facility. General meetup, they haven't had their roof looked at in a while, so we're going out to check it out. My second one was a banger for our roofer in Texarkana. It's going to be a full re-roof. They have a damage on a church, a lot of water damage, a lot of leakage, so we're going out next week to get them a quote.
I've been in partner meetings and interviews, so I will call my shot for Manhattan this afternoon. Need to get one for them.
I got 2 HVAC meetings. The first one was for my Miami client. It was a monster hotel, 550,000 square foot. They have a national maintenance contract, but they're currently in the process of replacing all their units. So we're headed out there next week to potentially be a resource for those replacements down the line. And then the second one I just got was for my Hartford HVAC client. It was an assisted living facility. Very similar situation. They have a national contract, but they're currently replacing a few units and collecting bids for that. So we're headed out there next Wednesday to throw our name in the hat and potentially be a resource for them.
waiting on a couple callbacks that should be appointments for my Indianapolis client. And then I'm going to call my shot on my Albany IT client today. I think I can get them something by the end of the day.
Our new client up in upstate New York sent out their first proposal for $3,200 in monthly revenue. And then Miles and I just did an interview call with the new IT client down in Houston, so hopefully bringing them on soon as well.
I'll go ahead and call my shot for my roofer out in Phoenix.
I'll call my shot for my accounting client in Kansas City.
Just filmed a pretty cool video with the gentleman in the media room. Got out a proposal for $844,000. It's gonna be sweet. Nothing new on the board. I did get a pretty good reschedule on the board with a 160 user school out in Tucson for my IT client. I'm gonna call my shot for a new appointment in Utah.
Calling my shot for Denver. Oh, I did get a closed deal though, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I got a closed deal for my client, and where are they at? That's in Nashville. So it was 1,200 MOR.
I got one appointment this morning for my IT client in Gainesville, Florida. It's with a local, honestly I'm not very sure what it was, some sort of organization, and I've been talking to the COO there for a while. Finally, I guess their current in-house IT person left to go to Amazon, so finally he said he'd like to meet with us.
I'm hoping to call my shot in Cali this afternoon, and I'm calling for them.
Oh, we're having a pretty good morning. We got two people from my team on the board. Me and Ben looking to close out the day with a pod wipe. We even have Brock joining us today temporarily. He's got one, so he's hoping to join us in the pod wipe as well. I'm probably going to be calling my shot here in Cleveland is where I'm going to be focusing, but maybe also in New Jersey.
I got a roofing appointment today for one of our roofing clients out in Colorado. It was with the school district, so we're going to be meeting with the district director of maintenance to kind of review upcoming projects and any other kind of maintenance plans that they might have upcoming. Looking to get added as a qualified vendor to be a resource for them whenever stuff comes up. So that appointment set up for next week, and that should be a pretty good one.
We got a verbal on one for our pest control client in Jacksonville. I think it's for like $1,800 annual recurring. So they're going out like 2 times a year or 4 times a year to spray bugs. So they got a verbal on that. They want to start this at the end of the month here. So that's a pretty good one. And then I got an appointment today for my HVAC guy in Texas. We're going to be going out discussing some projects they're having completed next quarter, getting them bids on that, so it should be a good one as well.
Call my shot in Raleigh, North Carolina today.
I got an appointment for my Baltimore roofer with a property management company. Talked to the senior property manager. Last year, they used a different company in town, one of our biggest rivals. So we're going to go out there, meet with her, talk about any upcoming projects they have, and hopefully steal some business. So super excited about that one. Will's got a couple for JC's Tech today. Got an inbound one too. That sounds pretty good. So super excited to hear about that. We had a really good day from home yesterday as well. So Zach got his first appointment. He could talk to you about that. But yeah, super excited about how stuff's going today.
I was able to get one yesterday actually for FBC over in Hawaii. It's over 100,000 square feet, multiple facilities that are looking at re-roofs, gutter work, as well as uninstalling and reinstalling solar, so it should be a pretty fat proposal that they're going to get out for that one. Also was able to get one for Fargo Roofing today, a little smaller building, but still should be a good one, looking at shingle replacement as well as some leak repair, so should be some pretty good ones.
I got an appointment yesterday for my roofer in Florida. It's around 50,000 square feet. They're looking at a re-roof on a portion of the roof, so that should be a good one. And then I got one today for my roofer in Michigan. It's around 80,000 square feet, and they're having active leaks. The weather's just bad now, so we're going to meet with them in February for that appointment.
Got a proposal out for my IT clients and calling my shot on All In.
I got 2 yesterday afternoon, one with a health facility. They are really unhappy with their IT firm and just cited a lot of the things that me and the owner have been talking about, trying to improve for people. So it seemed like it was a great fit. Should be a good meeting for next week. Got another one with a conservation nonprofit. The president had a guy that was on staff that pretty much handled everything, but they did have a company and he was hoping to have somebody as just a backup option. So should be another good appointment. And then today got one with an electrical utilities company. The owner told me to give their office manager a call and got something scheduled. They're not unhappy with their IT firm, but definitely wanted to compare and just see what we could bring to the table since we're so close to them. So yeah, that's set for next week.
I'm pretty excited. I got my first meeting day for my IT client. It was with a located in Texas. They're pretty excited. They're looking for a new option. So hopefully it comes through and the appointment turns out well.
Had a great day remotely yesterday, some pretty good appointments, but today's off to a great start. Had a good partner meeting with Ryan over there in Tecta, gave him an 8, he's killing it so far, and just got him yellow right after the call, so off to a good start for them this month. I got one in the ATL with a high-rise assisted living facility. Roof is like 18 plus years old, looking at to get some projects done this year, so that should be a good meeting. And then I'll let Ryan, you got an appointment as well?
Got a pretty good opportunity for my Tecta, my East Coast. It's a re-roof, looking like about 16,000 square feet, shot, leaks in the center of the building, pretty bad, so it's about due.
Calling for our client in Chicago right now, getting some dials out and looking to help some folks with their tax preparation this year.
Got one for my client yesterday in their Irish Spring Green as of now. So that was with a entertainment facility, laser tag spot, and they've got some pretty unique software and POS systems to work on. So that'll be a good one, and we got some more coming their way.
I had a really good one for roofer yesterday in Seattle, and then got another one today. It's about 1.1 million square feet for the whole manufacturing facility, looking at someone local for all their repairs that come up.
Yeah, I'll call my shot for Dayton.
Okay, good meeting. I've been in and out of partner meetings all morning, having some great conversation with some of our partners. But yeah, as far as like calls go, I also had a call with a large-scale education network up in Massachusetts. Great conversation, actively evaluating their technology partners as of right now. So following up, it's going to be a great meeting. So I know the guys got a couple stuff here. Ross, you got a good one this morning.
Actually got a couple today. So I had a partner meeting with my client out in Dallas. We were one away from cycling. Was able to actually grab him an appointment after we got off that meeting. It's with a local boiler company. They're needing assistance with a new building. They talked with the owner, had a pretty good conversation, but wants us to meet on site so we could talk about all the needs for the new facility. He also happened to mention that he owns a couple other local businesses and wants to see what we can bring to the table to help support each one of those as well. So we're meeting on site beginning of February, get the conversation started for that one. And then I also had an email appy late last night for my client out in Green Bay. That's his 7th appointment on the month. They wanted to meet today. I actually talked to the owner and his business admin earlier in December, so we were able to reconnect via email, and they were wanting to see what we could bring to the table and get a quote from us. Looks about 50 users, local manufacturing firm out there.
Today making some dials, going at it, talking to a lot of decision makers, so got some stuff in the weights that's going to be coming up later on, but call my shot for Digital Solutions out of Michigan.
Just getting my dials in, had some good conversations this morning, but called my shot for Americom.
It's half the day, but we got to hit our numbers. We're running real light. So just matter of fact is we got 2 deals, 1 from each of you, and that's it. We're close on some, but we need to be pushing, I think that's a total of like 12 deals a month minimum from the 4 of us right now. So what are we going to do differently this afternoon? What are you doing?
Built out. Everything Palm Beach, everything Broward, everything Miami. I got everything in there. I've already done this because I've worked Miami pretty diligently months back. So I've already built it out. There's nothing really too new in Miami to call, but it's a big market, so somebody needs to fill it.
That's why you guys got a ton of different states so that you can hop around. If you're in a market and you're getting nothing, don't continue, just keep calling a market. Hop around. Spend some time like Connor does in building some records, getting new stuff in there, because I'm noticing the reason that Braxton is getting a lot of deals is he builds records. The deal for Charleston, that was a record that was called on the 12th and signed up. The guy I talked to this morning in Charlotte, he literally built that record on the 12th The guy saw the email, booked the time, talked to him today, I'm meeting tomorrow with the CFO, trying to get a deal done. And it's from new companies, not the ones that we've been calling for years. You know, those aren't primarily going to be your best luck, right? They're non-responsive for a reason, or there's no interest for a reason. So make sure, yeah, you got to make some. You can't forget about it, but the workflow is you try up to 8 times when you have a brand new record, and then you send the emails, you leave the voicemails, and if you can't get it, move to no response, push it out 60 days, so that way you know you don't need to follow up with that one for a couple months. Let them come to you. And just go market by market like that until you start seeing some traction. But definitely be building records if you're not. You guys got multiple industries, why don't you try calling some HVAC, you know? Try to get something going there. You got a whole bunch of states right in the middle of the country, St. Louis being one of them. I'm calling some HVAC. Like I called a guy yesterday, said he wasn't interested. If you're calling HVAC, lead in with, we do sales and recruiting for HVAC companies or mechanical contractors, because that seemingly just adding that little recruiting piece, that'll get someone's attention. Say, yeah, I want to go get commercial maintenance contracts and service agreements, but I'll absolutely help you hire technicians and things down the road if you need more. Do you need me to start there? Are you low on staff? Do you have capacity? Well, I can start recruiting for you right away. It's $10,000 per hire, and just get them to the table. I know everybody here's got some HVAC. Use that. For accounting, keep doing what you're doing. We'll just need more volume. I think your show rate's at like 100%. So, and we might have a deal. So we just need more. We need more volume. So
I just built some more in Charleston when I got here. It's like just after 7 this morning. So I built some more there, and then I'm gonna try and build out Myrtle tonight, a little after, and then we've had a couple of meetings now in Columbia. So I think that's fully built out, but I'll have to go back and look through.
yeah, Connor's trying to help, as he's calling them skeletons. Like he's just trying to put companies in these markets so that you guys can go cleanse. It's not his sole responsibility, but when he's done with a list, like just he'll let us know, and then we can add that to your list to call. But accounting's good. It's hot right now. You got all these people coming into tax time. It's the same messaging that we do for like HVAC. We're trying to get more commercial like agreements with commercial businesses. There's project work like tax prep. The recurring is going to be your bookkeeping, payroll, fractional CFO services. Those things are indicated in their mind, and their margins are stellar. They're like 60% or higher. So like, it only takes a deal or two for an accounting firm to be thrilled with the service. So if we can show up and make it happen, there's going to be a ton of success. And when you get guys, you don't need to have a ton of HVAC. Dude, I'm selling $1.5 million, commercial solar deals. I'm closing tens of thousands of dollars for IT companies. You don't think I can do it for an accountant? I do fractional CIO services. You don't think I need fractional CFO? It's the same thing. And just be confident. But you gotta get sharp and get these meetings. So, I know I don't have a lot today to talk about. Good news is SEMO and Maryville are kind of carrying the workload for New York as a whole. But we gotta beat them. Like, this is HQ. Yeah. This is like some of those guys aren't even full time. That's something I would 1 or 2 days a month. So come to me if you need my help. If there's leave you want me to follow up on, something that's warm where maybe we came close, send it my way. I'll try to help. Let's work as a team. Sound good? All right.
Just had some discussions around one of our HVAC clients that has breached, so I'm continuing services for the rest of the month, and then I've also been working on an HVAC template that I'm getting pretty close to finishing.
Yeah, so I got out a post about the daily recap from January 20th. I got a post out about Schaefer's recent proposal. And then I've been doing my 10 out of 10s. And then let's keep grading this afternoon as appointments come in. I remember Chris mentioning a daily recap. So if I get that thumbnail, I can get a post out about that too.
I updated our Arsenal VG site with our portfolio websites that we have, client sites. got that updated, and then just working on some blogs and social media for other clients.
I've been working on proposals for upcoming events and the upcoming calendars, ticket allocations, and getting everything on schedule for that, as well as updating some forms.
Today's been a lot of sourcing on Indeed and LinkedIn. I have a phone screen scheduled later this afternoon for Ellis Mechanical. I also had two yesterday, so their HVAC sales position is getting a lot of traction, so that's good stuff. Hoping to just set up more interviews and potentially also looking for internal roles later on.
Just reaching out to some new people. We're kind of targeting trying to get like 10 or plus BDRs in over the next month or so. So we're lined up at 7 at the moment, and I've got phone screens scheduled. People stop by and see if we can hit that number.
I'm working on journeys. Hopefully, gonna wrap that up. Working on getting the undo and redo button finished, and then a little bit of the connections done. So working on that.
So I got 3 more appointments today. All of them were for my Connecticut HVAC client. The first one was an assisted living facility, 80,000 square foot, 12 total units. Currently they don't have a maintenance agreement in place, but they've had some in the past. And we're kind of open to exploring new options for 2026, so we're heading out there next week for that one. The second one was another assisted living facility. This one is about 60,000 square foot. They currently do have a maintenance contract in place, but it expires in the springtime, so we're headed out there to provide them additional bid to make sure they're getting the best rates. The third one that I got was for a hotel, 120,000 square foot. They have an in-house team that handles most of their preventative maintenance, but they had a few projects coming up. They just wanted to replace a few units, so we're headed out there to provide them a few quotes for unit replacement.
Got an appointment this afternoon from my East Coast client up in Pennsylvania. Got a hold of the maintenance manager of an industrial tool supply company. And yeah, it's about a 31-year-old roof. Hasn't been maintained really in a while. Really rough shape. New guy to the job. He wants to learn about the roof and just know the ins and outs for one. So good introduction level, meeting, and we'll probably find some issues on an old roof like that. And just give them a quote on whatever they need. So excited to see what we can do with that one.
I set one for my IT client today out in Destin, Florida. It's an insurance company, and they have about 15 people with, I think, 17 to 18 users. So hopefully it'll be a good one.
I got an appointment today for my client out in Albuquerque. I spoke with the maintenance director at a rehabilitation center. Currently, they're going to be going through the budgets next month. They're looking at a few projects for next year. We're going to be going out next month to bid on them.
So I got 2 for my Albany IT client this afternoon. First one was pushed over from the CFO to this guy. He kind of heads up their IT. Been trying to reach him for months. Finally got in touch with them. It was actually pretty good timing. They were looking into some options on pen testing as well as other cybersecurity solutions. So I got that set up first week of next month. The other one got transferred from the CFO to the IT guy. It's a manufacturing company in Albany. He was saying that it's pretty good timing. They were concerned about their cybersecurity they have in place, and they were looking to get some better on-site training for their employees. So we got that set up for next Thursday, a bit later in the week since we might be getting a little bit of snow. So both sound like really good opportunities.